I'm going to be reviewing the newest release by the progressive sludge slash atmospheric metal band The Ocean. This is their newest release called Pelagial. So as I just said, this band is a progressive sludge slash atmospheric metal band. After giving this album a really good listen, I felt that they had like a really big doom influence, which is pretty cool if you like doom metal. But obviously it's not labeled as a doom album because it's not that doom, but there are, like I said, influences. So some more backstory on the band. They formed back in 2000 in Berlin, Germany, and they have had 6 full lengths released as of 2004. So there's a lot of music by these guys. So I have the album here in this full out super mega ultra digipack with 2 discs. And I learned something about this album by doing research, that it was meant to be a just an instrumental only piece because the lead singer had his not a throat infection, but he was singing a lot on tour, and the doctor said that he may lose his voice, so he kind of stopped. But with time, his voice got better, and they decided to put vocals, and they just experimented a bit, and it was awesome. So it became a full out album with vocals almost on every track. So on one of the flaps they have the normal booklet with some awesome artwork, and there's all the lyrics. You know, really underwater feel, of course, ocean concept. And then under the other flap, which is pretty cool, they have this booklet, which is kind of like a meter under the water. And these labels here, let's see if you can even read those. Maybe you can. Those are the actual track names, well, like half the track name. And that's the start, and it kind of goes all the way down like a full out concept album going deeper and deeper into the ocean. The last track being the last or deepest point, which is past 10,000 meters, so that's pretty deep. So the first track on the album is called Pelagial. It's an intro track, being about a minute and 30 seconds. And the track is very atmospheric. It's got a nice soft melodic piano to go through it, some strings, which kind of sound like improv, but obviously it's not. Some atmospheric underwater sound effects to put you right in the mood. And being only a minute and 30 seconds, it kind of comes and goes really quickly, kind of flowing to the next track. So the next track is called Mesopelagic Into the Uncanny, and this track sort of puts you into the album, or it gives you an idea of what the whole album's going to sound like, you know, coming from the soft intro. So yeah, it puts you right into the album, which is awesome. So a single guitar opens up on this track, kind of starting off slow, but then after that, some drums build up, which is awesome, and it kind of goes into a nice, relaxing, kind of proggy intro. Over top that relaxing rhythm is a cello, or a really low violin, but I think it's cello, and you know, it fits in perfectly. And you know, I wouldn't really think a cello would make you feel like you're underwater, but I guess it does, like you're just falling through the ocean. So the song gets heavier with some more sludgy riffs and clean vocals over top some prog guitar work. Then after that, there's a really awesome progressive breakdown that kind of falls short. I thought that they should have playing that breakdown with drums and kind of getting into it, but it kind of starts and then stops and continues back to that kind of verse before. After a very catchy chorus that'll be stuck in your head for days, a really awesome sludge progressive breakdown before the end, and some clean and some it goes back and forth between clean and harsh vocals, which I thought was pretty cool. I really like that they did that. So the second track, Bath of Pelagic, starts with kind of a similar breakdown, but expanding on that breakdown with some harsh vocals, really giving it a really like atmospheric and powerful feel to it, which I thought was awesome. But after that, it kind of slows back down into a soft melodic solo piano instrumental, which was it was kind of off structure because this album doesn't really follow a structure. Like obviously intro, verse, bridge, chorus, verse, chorus, none of that shit kind of goes its own way, which I really like. So yeah, this kind of taking a step back and go back into it, and a step back and go back into it, which I felt was really really unique and different. So then the vocals come in clean, kind of building up in a progressive way to a really powerful breakdown, which I thought was a perfect fit. So the next track is called Pelagic 2, The Wish and Dreams, and this song starts off right away with a really progressive intro, which I really liked. It was very sludgy, really progressive, sounded like something coming from Mastodon. But I hate comparing the two because a lot of people do, and I don't really like doing that because these bands are both unique. So after the progressive intro breaks into those very heavy, sludgy riffs, some really aggressive vocals. So after some progressive build-up and some instrumental parts here and there, they go back into the chorus, which is another very catchy chorus on this album. And then they kind of use the same breakdown before the end of this track as the track previous, Pelagic Impasses. So the next track is called Pelagic 3, Disequilibrated, which is the first song I heard from this album, and one of the really standout ones I felt. So the song starts with a very sludgy and doomy intro, followed by constant harsh vocals. It's not fast paced, like I said, it's really doomy. So I think one of the first doom riffs you ever hear on this album. Then suddenly the song takes a full halt and heads into a totally different direction, coming from nowhere. It is one of the best breakdowns on the album, I feel. Very heavy, very aggressive vocals, very progressive elements, and just really all in your face all at once, which was really heavy and really awesome. I felt really powerful. After that comes another totally different, very heavy sludge breakdown. Coming from nowhere, these riffs are just like popping up, and very heavy. The drums accompanying it are really all over the place, and then comes a solo, and it's just all a full. The song never takes a break. It's always in your face. The next track is called Pelagic, Boundless Vasts, and checking the chart, we are about 5,000 meters. 5,000 meters down right there, and so yeah, getting there pretty much at the bottom now. So it's a very melodic intro. Feels like your body is drowning through the ocean. Really aggressive and harsh vocals again, using the same verse as the track before, which I thought was kind of weird, but actually turned out people liked it because you're gonna get more of the riffs you like. Then the track takes a twist with some clean vocals and some atmospheric and melodic sound effects, all kind of fading out. They got some awesome string effects too, which sounds really cool. And this track kind of comes and goes, being, I don't want to say the forgettable one, but it is shorter. The next track is called Pelagic 2, Signals of Anxiety. So the song starts with a very slow and doomy intro. There's some really clean vocals here, kind of giving this like mesmerizing, lucid vibe. Then the song breaks into a very melodic intro with very clean vocals coming through loud and clear. Hitting some really nice tones. I like how the lead singer kind of goes his own way, but then like kind of falls. He sings to the rhythm of the song, that kind of falls into his own thing, and then kind of they go back and forth harmonizing. So really kind of experimenting with his vocal range. I thought was pretty good. So after that, the song kind of takes a break. Some nice soft piano, then building up progressively to the chorus again. The next track is called Pelagic 1, Omen of the Deep. This is another short instrumental track, maybe about 1 minute and 10 seconds, maybe 1 minute and like 8. I really kind of forget. There's some very heavy, simple riffs, only being 1 minute long, comes and goes like that. So some really simple sludge heavy riffs, starting off strong and fading into the second longest on the album. The next track is called Pelagic 2, Let Them Believe. Like I said, the second longest on the album. There's some really light, kind of fading in and out guitar chords over a really relaxing bass line and kind of flowing in and out drums. some clean vocals, and it just starts off epic. So as the song goes on, it gets heavier, which I really enjoyed. Kind of like showing progressing from, they can go from soft to heavy. The vocals get more violent, going back and forth from growling to clean vocals, and there's more use of strings and piano, giving it a really big, grand, and epic feel. So before it ends, there's a very fast-paced, sludgy riff combined with really harsh vocals, giving a really powerful last stand, last growl. So the next track is called Demersal, and just as a little side thing, we are about 10,000 meters above Demersal. There we go, 10,000 meters above. Second last track, so you're pretty much in pitch black right now. So the song starts with a very eerie intro, with some standout bass lines. I thought that was pretty different because you don't hear a lot of bass on this album, or the bass just going on its own. And then the vocals come in and they're very violent, really harsh, over aggressive guitar riffs and haunting piano in between, which is just perfect. So what happened through the song, there's some really atmospheric instrumentals, kind of building up and then going back into the chorus, which I thought was sound really good. Then the song takes a halt and goes into a different direction, to a very, very slow and epic sludgy breakdown. The drums are just really, really slow and droning. And then harsh vocals come through, which is always good. They always manage to put these vocals over top of the most brutal sludge breakdowns. So after the powerful and bold vocals and the awesome breakdown, another atmospheric ending. You can hear really distant sound effects and some atmospheric underwater effects before the song ends. So now we're at the bottom in pitch black with the last track called Benthic, The Origin of Our Wishes. So this intro is similar to the second instrumental track, Omen of the Deep. Obviously notes aren't the same, but the intro is kind of similar, which I noticed. There's a slow and heavy, brutal verse, really, really in-your-face, harsh vocals. So I felt that the vocals over top this verse, one of the most brutal vocals on the whole entire album. Just making it to the end and giving you your final go. I felt it was really harsh, really angry, and really teeth grinding. So next comes a really, really slow, droning sludge riff. The riff, there's no vocals, and it kind of adds some more notes, going off into its own direction, which I thought was well needed. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I enjoyed writing it. I enjoyed listening to it. I honestly don't even know, for this year, 2013, the competition between my favorite albums so far is either between this or New Keepers of the Water Tower's Cosmic Child. I thought it was New Keepers at first, but after listening to this masterpiece, I don't know, it's going to be a hard decision. And then Ghost comes in, their new album, so at the end of the year, this is going to be really hard to make. But I'm definitely going to go pick up more of their albums and order them. I don't care, I just need this band's shit because, I don't know why I didn't get into them recently. I found them out, listened to one of their songs on their second album. It didn't really hit, it didn't really get me interested that much. Maybe with another listen, a more open mind, I'll get into them. But this album was definitely amazing. Really good treat to listen to. So I'll put all the links in the description, to their Facebook page and everything. So yeah, thanks. See ya.